Exactly, Flavien Valondongo. Once more, good evening to you, televiewers, and thanks for staying with us. We'll begin with politics. As you heard in our lead story, the first ever National Executive Committee meeting of the Social Democratic Front Party of Nijon Frunzi has held in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. That was Saturday. And of course, focus of the next meeting was evaluation of the entire electoral process and how it could be avoided next time or in other elections. To the national chairman, the next meeting was not to sanction militants as many have whispered. He also indicated that some reasons why SDF was weak in the election. The national chairman said there is no need punishing O.C. Joshua, the party's 2018 presidential candidate, for congratulating Paul Biya for his victory. Let's now have an excerpt for the national chairman of the Social Democratic Front Party who chaired the NEC meeting Saturday.
The main issues we are discussing are we are reviewing our activities during the presidential elections to see where we made our mistakes, to see where we made our gains, and then to prepare ourselves for other elections. Yeah, we have not come here to sanction militants. If we have to sanction militants, we'll be in a different meeting, but not in this one. We're just coming from a battle, and the position of the SDF hurts everybody. Yeah. So if some militants in the midst of this made statements that were uncalled for, I think that we didn't come here to discipline militants. What happened is that you will understand that the Northwest and the Southwest were blocked, and that's our own fear. And other younger people that came into the game, we saw tribal politics now coming in, which is very dangerous for Cameroonians. Yes. And we are preparing ourselves to say that we should sell our program and not look at people from tribal angles. Yeah. That is the presidential candidate that we handed everything to him. I will not sit here to blame him. But even said, whether he congratulates Mr. Biya or not, Mr. Biya will be there. But I congratulate them that they tried, as I congratulate the lawyers who fought a good fight in the council. I even congratulated the SDF candidate when he took the floor as somebody who could have been the president. So all this, I congratulate the people. But we have to sit down and analyze where we made our mistakes. And that's precisely what we are doing now. And solutions will come to the.
And the national chairman of the Social Democratic Front Party, Nijon Frunzi, has refuted allegations made by some persons that senators and MPs refuse and decided not to rally behind O.C. Joshua, the 2018 presidential candidate that was during the electoral process. This is him.
Who told you? Honorable Bandam, you see him moving with a stick. He was sick. Couldn't have been carrying a stick, running up and down. He used to handle Adamawa. Honorable Banazim is in India now, very sick. You see Audu still standing sick. Senator Emilia out a long time ago to go take her injections. So there are so many people who are sick. So in the midst of this bad health, they couldn't have done what they were supposed to do.
And we stay with the Social Democratic Front Party. This time around, we're talking about the parliament session that opened in the nation's political capital, with the Social Democratic Front Party equally involved, and Senator Emilian Case of the Social Democratic Front Party It says the SDF is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that the grievances of the people of the northwest and southwest regions of the country are tabled in the lower house and upper houses in order to be granted privilege. We have details with in this excerpt by Senator Keze Emilia.
That the way forward to the Senate will be very isolatory. It's the way forward to Cameroonians. We are the people who dot the I's and we cut the T's that for issues that have been deliberated upon in the lower house. And there is always a program which is tabled to us as we go into our house to do deliberations. You know very well as I do that November is a month that we are coming to vote the budget of the country. And you know as well as I do that the system that is in place has either pre-prepared agendas that is read to us. Being the minority in the House, we cannot overrule the agenda, because if we do that and it goes to voting, the majority will definitely pass that agenda. And so therefore we only pray God Almighty that if we have a point of order in the House, we'll be able to continue to insist, mount pressure from the periphery to the powers that be, so that if that is not raised in our House, it will be brought into the picture. As of now, I don't want to put a nail on the point that it must be discussed, but I crave the indulgence of the House that if it is an issue to be discussed, I assure you we will definitely speak and protect the interests of Cameroonians.
This time around, we take you to Loum in the Mungo division of the Littoral region to tell you, it is a particular case, to tell you how the population are greatly expecting a lot from the President-elect Paul Biya, who will be sworn into office November 6th. They say the new president should better their living conditions by providing them electricity, potable water, good roads, employment, amid other things. Details in this report. We'll be coming back to this report where the population of the Mungo division of the Littoral region say they're expecting a lot from President Paul Biya, who has been re-elected President of the Republic of Cameroon and who will be taking oath into office November 6th. They say he should ameliorate their living conditions by providing them potable water, electricity, access good roads, as well as covering unemployment by inserting the youth. Details in this report.
Ainsi proclamé élu président de la République comme ayant obtenu la majorité des suffrages exprimés.
The October 7, 2018 presidential election of Cameroon has come and gone with the victor Paul Biya to be sworn into office November 6th for another 7-year rule. But the population of the Mungo division of the Littoral region, especially those of Loum and Manjo, expect much to be done by the re-elected president to ameliorate their living standards of their lives and properties as they neighbor the trouble-hit southwest region.
I want that the new there's a problem of Anglophone problem. The people are dying every day. The military are dying, the civilians are dying. All these bring losses to Cameroon, and they are burning down houses. We don't even know whether who is the cause of burning down houses. So my problem is that the problem should be solved once and for all.
The wish for resolution of the for life to return to normalcy in Anglophone Cameroon and in general for peace to reign in the country.
Mon vœu le plus cher est que le nouveau président maintienne la paix au Cameroun.
Qu'il résolve cette crise à durée.
Some demand the massive recruitment of youths in the public sector, creation of job opportunities, better and regular.
Vous voyez par exemple le cas de ces jeunes qui sont partis au Koweït et voilà ce qui est arrivé, c'est triste.
J'attends qu'il reste surtout la malversation financière.
Teachers, some say, should be highly rewarded with encouraging salary for their great job in impacting knowledge and building great personalities.
De rémunération des enseignants, parce que les enseignants vivent vraiment dans la précarité.
Rugged secondary roads are also expected to be reconstructed and tarred by the new government. Constant electricity supply is highly needed by the inhabitants, who say have been living in the dark for long and compelled to use bush lamps. Portable residents-elect to bless them with as they consume the precious liquids from which often see them contract waterborne diseases.
Le manque d'eau, le manque de lumière nous freine beaucoup.
Pascal Joa, Divisional Officer for Loom, and Fono Martin, Divisional Officer for Manjo, stand as middlemen. They all have pledged to channel the expectations to the new government with prompt action. Before we talk about a gun battle between pro-independence fighters and security as well as defense forces in Fongo-Tongo, that's in the west region, neighboring the southwest region, it's imperative we talk about the protest move by the Cameroun Renaissance Movement Party of Professor Maurice Kamto that has continued this Sunday, this time around in Bafoussam in the west region of Cameroun. It is against electoral hold-up, and many militants as well as supporters and sympathizers of the party turn out in their numbers, manifesting. They turn out with peace plans, protesting against what they term massive electoral fraud and stolen victory by the incumbent president, as Paul Biya security has been beefed up in major roundabouts and other places to manifestation of the sympathizers of the Cameroun Renaissance Movement Party. Yesterday evening, a journalist working with Le Messager newspaper was arrested, and of course he violated the ban placed by administrative authorities for no individual to move about in the evening. He was moving the evening to develop reports. And now we take you to Fongo-Tongo, that's a locality in the west region of Cameroon, neighboring the trouble-hit southwest region, where gun battle between pro-independence fighters as well as defense and security forces was witnessed recently. Their homes to the bushes and the schools have equally been hampered. We have details with Franklin Mabe.
This is Fongo-Tongo, Menwa Division of the West Region of Cameroon. Inhabitants are asked to leave their houses to other nearby villages after unidentified gunmen attack Fongo-Tongo in the Menwa Division. According to these inhabitants, the gunmen always attacked them. His garage was even burnt down. It was during a meeting geared to enhance the security situation of that division. The convoy was on its way to the troubled area of the division, which shares boundaries with the troubled hit southwest region. When they came under attack around the market area, the military immediately retaliated. Two military men were injured in the crossfire. 21 minutes after serious gun exchange, calm is returned. The second-class chief's palace has been burnt and reduced to ash. Schools have been abandoned as most people fled in fear of the unknown. Those who stayed back have been asked to leave the village as their houses were not equally spared by the unidentified gunmen. While no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, fingers are pointing at separatist fighters. Cameroonians affected by the unrest in the two English-speaking regions are lamenting and begging for a solution to end the untold misery that has lingered for almost 3 years.
What happened at the Boya Regional Hospital and what happened to this lady that collapsed and her fate uncertain, the Rijato reports.
Boya Regional Hospital in shock Thursday, the 2nd day of November 2018. A lady is down. That is in the incident. But what caused her, why everyone is crying here? Boya Regional Hospital immediately briefed the press on the situation.
Three teenagers aged 8 years and is presently in the theater. The second child that we received is Flavor. She too is a girl, aged 4. She came in with injuries after arrival. The last who came in dead is a 6-year-old male called Christian, who came same injury to the head and the neck.
With the two of the 3 kids from the same mother now dead. At Ndongo, a neighborhood in Boya subdivision, is still to come to terms as to who. Yesterday, a relative told us, but we did not see them. And it was only about 11:30 a.m. that a call came in demanding 3.5 million francs. When we tried calling back, and about 6 a.m. November 2nd, 2018, another call came in from a woman who breaks the sad news that our territories are abandoned in a bush, 1 dead, 1 unconscious, and the eldest among them gave this number, who says belongs to her mother, and before going unconscious said it was daddy driver who took them out the previous day. One of the children will die few minutes after arriving the hospital time.
The 2 dead have been put in the mortuary and we are monitoring the lone survivor. As a pathologist, looking at the children, these are violent lesions which are compatible with homicide.
They said that the driver was under custody with the forces of law and order. The family members were still uncontrollable and in tears, praying God to save the life of their little blessing, to live and tell the story, her story.
What a sad incident, and of course that brings us to the end of the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinoxe television. We're so glad you joined us. Flavien Valondongo, I wish you a splendid evening.
Demain, en tout cas, je vous souhaite déjà de passer une très bonne nuit et retrouvons-nous demain lorsqu'il va être 7h. C'est l'heure à laquelle vous aurez donc la toute première session d'information sur votre chaîne. Bonsoir à tous.